Welcome back, my horde, to a uh, podcast that's kind of in one of those states where it's like, I don't really want to do it, but I know I should do it kind of podcast. I know why my brain's doing that, but recently one of my friends has been having a very tough time with things that in her life, let's go with, just in short, we're just going to get short on this. Less details, the better. And it's just one of those things where it's, as a friend, I'm trying to help her, but she's not taking my advice. And you could see like the problem happening, but because she won't take my advice, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And it deals with relationships.
Yeah, it's the outsider looking in scenario.
Yeah, and her argument has always been, well, you don't see all the good things he does. I'm like, no, I just see all the bad things he does. And then on top of that, as someone who's been in a relationship for 14 years, just over, you know, there's things that work with my relationship that I'm like, you know, this is things that I suggest that you do. And she's just like, ignore. Like, for example, communication. Communication's very important in a relationship. You know, if all else, you know, that's the only advice I really have given people is communication is very important. If you have a problem, talk about it. You know, if you don't talk about it, how is the problem ever going to get solved? Like, there are other things that she does that, you know, she needs to stop. And, like, it's really weird when you, like, the person that you're talking to about this, like, her, for example, she knows what she's doing wrong, but refuses to fix it. Like, for example, she has a tendency to tell, like, significant others, like, push them away and stuff like that, and, like, say things to, like, push them away. And it's like, well, if you know you're doing that, then stop. Like, work on stopping. Like, first step of stopping a problem is identifying you have a problem. Our little pumpkin here wants attention. I don't know if you can hear him or not purring. But he just decided to crawl up on Tammy. Tammy was petting him while he was sleeping next to her. And he's just like, love? You're going to give me love? And just like crawled up on her. And he's trying to get close to me. Get me to pet him too. He's like, oh, I got cuddles and love? Cuddles and pets? He got recently fixed. So he's no longer able to have children. The idea behind it was to prevent him from spraying and banging our two female cats. We only got him because Tammy really wanted him. She thought he was a she. So when she saw him, she's like, oh, he's so good, she's so cute, and stuff like that. But it turned out that she was a he. And we're like, do you still want him? And she's like, yes. So, yeah. He reminds her a lot of her other cat. He's super, like, chilled and laid back and silly, and he's a floof noodle, as Tammy likes to call him, because he's a medium-haired cat, and he's really long right now. So if you hold him a certain way, he's just like, and because he's calm, he just like becomes like a noodle, like a wet noodle moving around. Right, bro? And his name is Pumpkin G Patch, for anyone that doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about. The G stands for Grim Reaper. On his vet stuff, his name is Pumpkin Patch. I'm like, motherfuckers left with the G. He's definitely Pumpkin Patch. But yeah. So like I said, that kind of just like is in my back of my head constantly. So I'm trying not to make this podcast about relationships and stuff like that. So let's move away from that. The other thing is that I should be uploading everything this Wednesday and beyond. I was going to upload it last week, but I just totally didn't feel like recording. So, and right now it's one of those weird things where it's like, I sit down, I'm like, oh, I should really record. And I'm like, no. And then it's like, I'm like, holy crap, it's already Wednesday? Like, it's surprising it's already Tuesday for me. I cannot believe it's already, what, the 19th or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, it felt like your birthday was just the other day. Which was, like, on the 6th. Like, that is how much this year is already flying by for me. But I think I'm going to be ending 2 of the series at the very least.
Oh no.
Well, one of them it's come. I think actually I'm going to be ending 3 of them. I'm going to be ending the family one. I think it's kind of ran its course, so it didn't really do what I wanted it to do. At the time, my nephew was actually watching that series, like all my RimWorlds. He was actually watching my RimWorlds at the time. And I made that series so that he could watch me play a character based off of him. Then when I made it, he had just stopped watching like a week or 2 right before that. And then when I started posting them and stuff like that, he didn't even know they existed. Despite the fact that I told him about it twice. And then he watched one of the episodes. He's like, oh wow, that's cool. You named a character after me. You named one after, the other nephews and nieces. And then he's like, oh, you named one after this person? I'm like, no. One of my sister's friends' kids. I'm like, nope. That's not him, man. He's like, oh, that one's not him either? I'm like, nope. That one is just a random character. And he's like, oh, wow. And then he never watched them again. So I think I'm going to end that series. The other one I'm going to be ending is Vampire. I think I'm going to just level them up and then show off their abilities and then end it. Because I think the next time I do it, I'm going to do it with a Eclipse always on. So vampires can actually go outside all the time. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of the weirdest problems with that one. Yeah. Is that the vampires are like, oh, hey, the sun's going to hurt me. Like, I have them set to go to bed at 4 a.m. The sun rises at 6. They'll still be outside at 7 or 8. I'm like, the bedtime was a distinct time of going the fuck to bed.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not going to bed? So, that's one of the biggest things. So, having an eclipse, I found actually they'll be able to go outside and do stuff still. So, that'll be pretty cool. And the other one that I'm thinking about ending is Tradesman. I'm thinking about trying to get them onto a plane, like a transport and just taking off. So we'll see if that works. It'll be the first series that I actually do that in. If it actually works, I may just end it. We'll see. But I already have a new series starting with you, Tammy.
Yep.
Hopefully that works out.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be a lot more battling, but it's slow to start. And the other thing I'm going to be starting is the YouTube thing in February. And the other thing I'm going to be doing is, I was thinking about playing YouTuber's Life, I think it's what it's called. I think it's called Oh My God, YouTuber's Life or something like that. It's a game that I have on the Xbox, so I was thinking about playing that. I was going to be playing it with Chris, but then Chris stopped coming over. Then the pandemic hit again, because there was a spot where we could actually hang out, and he was coming over and doing stuff. Then he just decided he wasn't going to come over anymore, and then he had to go for his medical stuff. So that all bundled together.
Yeah, the timing of it all was just really odd.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking about doing is maybe playing another game with Tammy. Like either a 2-person game or doing her as a co-op sitting next to me. But we'll see what happens there. Because I have to find the right game. I was going to do... I think I brought it up in last podcast. I was going to try something. We were going to play the raft. And what we were going to do is me and Tammy are going to spend a bunch of episodes just building a raft. And letting you guys watch us build the raft. And then after we were done building the raft, we were going to make like season 2 of that. In which we went and did the actual story. The problem with that is that you cannot make the game creative and then go to story mode, like easy, I guess. You can't change the difficulty. So, because you cannot change the difficulty without a mod, I really don't want to install the mod because it's a third-party mod. If it was on the Steam Workshop, I'd definitely do it.
Yeah.
Because it's on some random website, I really don't like the idea.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the ones that get posted on the Steam Workshop are at least, I want to say, are at least verified or checked.
Yeah, I would hope so, but maybe they're not. Who knows? Does they also install just wherever they're supposed to go? Yeah. I can't mess anything up either. Oh, wow, I just hit my nut. But maybe we will look into other things. I know that me and Tammy moved the computer room finally. So every Thursday and Sunday for the next little bit, me and Tammy have to clean up the rest of the house. Because to get this room situated and properly done, we had to just destroy the rest of our house. We didn't realize how much stuff we were storing in this one room that could not be put anywhere else. So, we're going to be doing that. Cleaning up slowly. Reorganizing, changing some stuff. And then in February, hopefully, in February, Tammy and I are planning on buying a few things for the room. One of them being a mini fridge for my corner. Yay, mini fridge for my corner. Yeah. And then the other one, I can't remember what the other one was supposed to be. Oh, another monitor for me.
And a shelving unit.
And a shelving unit and a cat tree.
And a pumpkin and a cat tree.
The whole reason for the cat tree is because the cats want to hang out with us in here. But there's no real good spot to sleep except on the futon. The couch that we have in here. There's no other good spot to sleep for them. So because of that, they're constantly trying to get into stuff to try to find a spot to sleep. So we believe that if we put a cat tree in here, they'll sleep on the cat tree. So, we got that. Those are the things we have to do. And then we're going to be saving up for a new computer for me. Because I'm noticing that when I'm streaming games off my computer, it can get really choppy. Raft is pretty choppy when I'm watching it. So.
Yeah, mine doesn't seem to be too bad, but I noticed when I was reviewing my stream on a different device occasionally. I don't know if it was just the device having issues with the website or what.
Yeah.
But
yeah, if you want to get another one, Tams, we can always look into that eventually. If you want to start streaming more from something like that. Because what I was going to say is, with you, at the very least, we don't need as high end of a computer. We can get something similar to what I have now. And then that could be your streaming computer, and then the one that you have can be your gaming. So you play the game on there, and you use the Elgato to put it to the other computer.
Okay.
And then you stream from that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, just.
And then that's kind of what I'm doing with my Xbox. And you have to do it anyway eventually for your Series X when we buy you one. But yeah, so there's that. Yeah, now one of the things that Tammy and I kind of wish is that we had more money just to flow around. Because, like, me and Tammy were talking about it, like, if, and this is a really big if with YouTube and Twitch, or Twitch, or YouTube, or whatever fucking combination of the two that kind of would work, if we could get those two to make us enough money, where we don't actually have to have a job, aka Tammy doesn't have to have a job, Tammy would 100% quit her job and come work with me in whatever we're doing, YouTube or Twitch. Because, like, with Twitch, freaking, we have no problem playing that, like, a video game for many hours. I know that we are really bad with it right now with Assassin's Creed. Because, like, we play for, like, I think, like, what, 4 hours or so? And then we're just, like...
Anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, yeah.
And we're just kind of like, oh, we're done. We don't want to play anymore. But the reason why that's a thing is because Tammy gets off work, we watch a show, and then after watching a show, we're pretty much like, oh, well, we gotta stream. And then after streaming, you know, basically it's like, okay, well, we should probably go to bed because, you know, we have to get up early tomorrow and all that jazz. And that's basically what happened. So we don't really get to hang out and watch a show. But if we were not having to work the next day, Tammy could just basically, like, stay up later. And we could watch a show, and, like, we could start streaming earlier. And, like, not even just that, but, like, whoops, sorry. With the streaming, it's like, on Fridays, she can't start until 7 because she gets home at 6. She has to eat and all that stuff. But if we were actually, like, you know... like if this was actually our job, we would get up around, what, noon to 4? Because we'd probably go back to late nights, being our major thing. So somewhere between noon and 4. And then we would, you know, get on stream by 7 after watching some stuff from, at latest, and then stay up until, like, you know.
Yeah, the thing is that I get up at 7:30 to go to work.
Yeah.
I'm there, and then I get home just around 6 o'clock. So, and then I'm staying up until, like, on Fridays, I'm staying up till, like, 2 or 3 in the morning. So I'm pulling, like, a 20-hour day. So I'm exhausted and brain fried thoroughly.
And then you have to get up by noon the next day.
Yeah, usually it's by noon, but there are times where my brain's like, hey, it's 11, get up. And I'm like, are you serious? So,
but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, and then, like, with Saturday, it's like that's when, like, we have to constantly be on call until about 4.
Yeah.
And then my sister wants to go get groceries, and we get back here, and we're both fucking exhausted.
Yeah, because at that point it's already, like, almost 5. And then I have to figure out what we're doing for dinner, and then...
I usually take a nap. because I slept a lot less that night. Because, like, we'll go to bed around, like, for example, 4 a.m. in the morning. So we'll go to bed at 4. Tammy will fall asleep almost immediately. She'll get about 8 hours or 7 hours of sleep. I lay in bed and don't go to sleep until 5 or 6. And then when I'll wake up periodically just because my body hates me. So it's kind of one of those just like things where as we're doing it, it's like we're both tired. So I usually take a nap and then we get on stream and then we hang out. But if we could actually, like, you know, do it as a profession kind of game, then we wouldn't have to worry about certain things. So. But I think it's a good enough, I don't know. It's probably not the greatest length, but is there anything else you want to add, or?
Well, I was going to say, if we did something like that, then there are days where just you would stream or something, and then I would end up probably streaming, but not the same thing.
Yeah, no, we could definitely do stuff like that, too.
Because I would have to work on drawing thumbnails and stuff, too.
Yeah, no, of course. But, like, that's the thing. It's the fact that, like, we could always do a stream where, like, you know, if we were to do stuff like that, like, there's lots of times when I want to play a game that you don't want to play.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I play that game, or I play this game, or I play whatever. Or there's also times when I probably still have to record for YouTube. So.
Yeah, no.
There's still lots of things that could balance and change and, you know, stuff like that. But, yeah, like, with Twitch, it's like, I'm just, like, I streamed, I think the last 4 streams I've done, no one's actually watched any of it. And it's like, it's fine that no one's watching it. But it's just like one of those things where it's like, part of my brain's like, oh, if only. And I just don't know, like, it's like going back to, like, with the YouTube thing where it's like, oh, are you, you know, can't even, like, is this, you know, YouTube Studios, has it helped you understand what's going on? I'm like, no, because I still don't understand why people don't watch my videos. Or why people unsubscribe or unfollow or whatever. Like, if people, like, were to, when they unsubscribed or unfollowed, if they were to have to put down, why did you unsubscribe or unfollow? I think then I would have less problems.
Yeah.
Because then I can understand what's going on. Like, all I get is positive feedback from people. This was great, this was great, this was great. I love this episode. And then just nothing. One of my friends, Jay actually, he's got his own YouTube channel, which is in the description. And apparently Chris is coming back to start doing videos again. And then he's going to take 2 months off for break. He's basically going to do videos for like 2 weeks. And then take 2 months off for break. It's his choice. But it's just like, either, my personal thought about that is the fact that either, which I'm going to be talking to him about tonight, either he needs to make a lot of videos where he can fill his 2 months up with, or, you know, he needs to figure something out.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine taking the 2 month break. It's like, I've done it too. I understand, but I don't think he wants to take a 2 month break.
Well, your 2 month break, you also had stuff still getting posted.
Not always.
No, but...
But yeah, it was for a little bit, and then it started dying down. I know that weekly I still do podcasts. But we'll see what happens. So yeah. I know it's never going to happen where you can actually do that, but that's the dream. Where we can just basically play video games and get paid for it. Beep boop 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 beep boop 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 boop. We watched a video with a person who was like taking their cat's paw and pretending to like dial a number and then puts it to the cat's ear, like if they're like on a phone call. The cat's just like chill, and she just did that to Pumpkin, and he's like, you know, cool with her touching his paw. Then when she put it up to his ear, he was just like, wait, no, I don't want to talk to anyone right now.
Not with his one hand, anyway.
Yeah, no, he's just like, I don't want to talk to anyone right now. Jeez. He was okay with, like, her holding it there. He's just like, no, I don't want to talk to anyone. Like, he was moving his head only. It was kind of weird. Cute. But yeah, I think we'll just end this one here. My knee. So, oh yeah, so it's going to be really hard to do the YouTube thing. Remember how before we were doing it, and it was like, I could see everyone was subscribed to me?
Yeah.
And I couldn't see certain people because they weren't publicly subscribed?
Yeah.
I can't find that anymore, that feature.
Ooh, no.
So unless they moved it somewhere, I just can't tell.
No bueno.
So, but anyway, until next time, my horde, stay classy. Like Freddie Blassie.